Good evening everyone and welcome back to the match here on WWE 2K25. This one is a bit of a prelude to our upcoming pay-per-view this evening. This will be Joe Hendry, really good Joe Hendry called this one, defending his YouTube Championship against good old EY Eric Young. So of course we have the rest of our TNA pay-per-view coming up later on this evening. It's going to be a massive one, 7 huge matches including 4 championships. The X Division the Cruiserweight Championship in an X Division rules match. We've got the Tag Team Championships, the Hardcore Championship, and the United States Championship as well, all up for grabs a little bit later on. Main event, and of course, that massive match between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. So this should be interesting. I've added this extra match because I completely forgot about Joe Hendry and the YouTube Championship. I think I've not made it any sort of riddle to anyone that I'm not a massive Joe Hendry fan. However, I understand the hype around him. I understand he gets over, and I understand why WWE and TNA use him. It's just not really my cup of tea, to be honest with you, but there you go. Here he is then, classic EY Eric Young. It's still mad when I sort of look through and think about these sort of things. The fact that Eric Young was in WWE for a while. He led his own stable and everything. It perplexes me sometimes. My brain just really forgets about some of this stuff. Like, I forget sometimes that Shinsuke Nakamura's just sat there in WWE doing bugger all. I just completely forget. Or who else I'm trying to think of now? There was others. About Pete Dunne was someone I used to use a hell of a lot as well. Need to really have a look more at the actual roster on the game, because I think there's a lot of people we haven't used, especially some of the NXT people that I don't know much about, so... And there is then good old Joe Hendry. I'm sure he'll be on 2K26. He might even be contracted by WWE by then. Who knows? Of course, he won this belt in a fatal 4-way elimination match a few weeks back, defeating the champion at the time, Mil Muertes, alongside Mr. Iguana and R-Truth. And I mean, if anyone should have been the YouTube champion, this guy does make perfect sense, doesn't he, really? And he's probably someone we probably should use a bit more of as well. Just because of how hyped he is. Not because of how much I'm a fan of him, don't get me wrong, but... Again, like I said, I fully understand. I fully understand. It's just not for me. Anyway, let's crack into it. This is what it's all for then. The YouTube Championship. Joe Hendry been the champion of this now for about 2 or 3 weeks. Nothing major, but it's his first championship defense. I think he should come out on top of this one, to be honest with you. He is the 9th ever YouTube champion. Other people in that lineage are Jeff Cobb, Ricochet, CM Punk, Samoa Joe, TJ Perkins, believe it or not, as well. Cesaro the Barbarian was an interesting one. And Mil Muertes before Joe Hendry picked up the belt, and it was on the 30th of June, so he's had it for nearly a month. Okay. See, I knew writing the dates of when people won the championships on the spreadsheet was going to be a good idea eventually. Well, let's stop faffing and get into the action. Joe Hendry takes a look at the belt. Will it be the last time he sees it for some time? Where is he in the ranking system? He's currently on +1 after 4 matches. So that probably does say a lot about me, doesn't it, really? He's, he probably should have had more than 4 matches by now. We'll have to use him a bit more. And then we have Eric Young. Eric Young has had, not Jay Youngblood, Mark Youngblood, Darren Young, Drake Young, Eric Young, there he is. -1 after 3 matches. So again, neither of these two guys have had a huge amount of matches since 2021. I feel like we'll get a lot more out of Joe Hendry this year, I think. Oh, nice little email from work as I start recording it. There we go. I had all my stuff planned out for work this week, and as always, things have changed. Sorry, I was reading an email from work. My apologies. Right, anyway. I got fully distracted there. My apologies. It is currently 8:30 at night and my schedule's just changed for tomorrow. That's great, isn't it? Always the way. EY's still knocking around in TNA these days, isn't he? I don't think he's doing a huge amount, is he? But was he? Is he doing violence by design or something now? Is that what he's up to? Eric Young. Let's have a quick go with Goosey Gander. I think he's still, yeah, still shows us in TNA at this point in time. Yep. Well, that doesn't mention a hell of a lot of him since January 2025. He's in a stable called the Northern Armory. Okay. Eric Young, Judas Icarus, and Travis Williams. I have no idea who those other two guys are. Okay. Is what it is. Something else for me to research, I suppose, at this point in time. Maybe some more people we can use. As Joe Hendry now taking up EY into a powerbomb position. Eric Young able to break free. Going after the strike. There's a bit of a discus-looking lariat there by Joe Hendry. He completely missed that as well. It's a bit of going back and forth here, isn't it, really? As Young just drops Joe Hendry neck first across the top rope. Before dropping into the pin. Only enough for a 1 count. It's going to take a lot more than that to hold the championship here. What do we have? Is this a taunt? Yeah, okay. I thought there was interference there for a second. The game sometimes likes to throw stuff like that, doesn't it, really? There's a forearm in the face there by Joe Hendry. But Young was there waiting for him. Off the ropes, in with that running knee strike. Eric Young with a strike in the face, and now just grabbing their hair. Ooh. Okay, grabbed the hair and pulled him back, but EY managed to get caught with the elbow in the face by Joe Hendry. Hendry now dropping an elbow to the inside of the knee. Joe Hendry, he's being, well, I say he's being smart, really. He's getting him back in the ring, that's how you win the match, but he could win by count out, really. Champion's advantage, if he loses by count out, he holds the belt, doesn't he, really? Drops the big elbow drop into the spine of Eric Young, now into the pin for the 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Where's the ref counts gone? Okay. I don't rightly know. I must have turned them off by mistake. I've been doing a bit of playing the game in the background, as much as I hate playing the game. I had to finish off showcase mode. I finally got to the end of it. Just to get a few unlocks done. And I've started a little bit of my faction to try and get some of the alternative cards for people so we can use them in-game. Stuff like the CM Punk and the younger RVD and stuff like that. Although the younger RVD isn't actually a younger RVD, it's just a different attire, but there you go. Eric Young now with a boot forced into the chest of Joe Hendry. There's the clothesline by Hendry. Young falls into the corner. Joe Hendry in with a splash. And now up. Single arm on the scoop slam. Dead center of the ring. Straight in for the pin. Will it be enough for the 1, 2? No, only a 2 count. Hendry now once again up onto the top turnbuckle. Again, looking to drop the elbow, but this time Eric Young was able to break free. I was going to say Joe Hart for a minute. He's the old goalkeeper from Manchester City. I don't know where that name came from my head. EY now rocking the clotheslines. And there's the back trip as well. And the pin now by Eric Young for the 1, 2. Ooh, only a 2 count. I think it would be a surprise if EY walked away here with the championship, and I think it might disappoint a few people in the chat as well, to be honest, but I mean, I've always said the game is the game. I don't control this. I put the matches together, and I won't re-record unless there is a complete awful bug or something. EY now with a pin. This could be enough, you know. He's got it. Eric Young is your new YouTube champion. Oh my god. Was not expecting that news today, I tell you. Eric Young, well done, lad. That puts him up to a 0 after 4 matches. Joe Hendry, he was the higher rated in this match. He is higher rated than EY. And that surprised me. That's Joe Hendry's first loss of the year. Moves him down to a 0 after 5 matches. And now we add him and then to the sheet. Eric Young becomes our 10th ever YouTube champion. Eric Young. Wow, I was not expecting that. I really thought we'd sort of feed... Again, I say I don't have any control over what happens, as I said, but I thought we could feed him a little bit of an easier opponent off the bat to try and give him a nice championship defense and so forth, but it seems to have backfired here for me, doesn't it? But it is what it is. Eric Young's won the championship. It's up to him now to defend that championship as and when the next option comes up. What is the date? The date is going to be when this goes live. 27th of the 7th. Insert notes. 27th of the 7th. 25 at Slammiversary. I definitely spelt that wrong. Anyway, I'm going to love you, leave you. Good night. God bless. I'll be the same. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you just a little bit later on today when we will have our pay-per-view coming up. Like I said, 7 big matches on that card, including a Cruiserweight Championship match to kick things off as Will Ospreay will defend against Amazing Red, Low Key, Trey Miguel, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Austin Aries and Mustafa Ali. The SWE Tag Team Championships will be on the line as Demolition defend against the Lucha Brothers. The Hardcore Championship will be on the line as well as Lance Archer, who only won the belt last week, will defend against Abyss, Raven, Sabu, Rhino and RVD in a 6-man Monsters Ball elimination match. We have 4-way tag team action as well. The Hardy Boys, the North, Kaz and Daniels, the Influence and Beer Money. We will have Icon versus Icon as Sting takes on Christian Cage. I mean, calling Christians an Icon's a little bit rough, I know, but there we go. And 2 big main events then. We will have a War Games match between the main event Mafia, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Scott Steiner and Samoa Joe, going up against Aces and Eights, Bully Ray, Devon, Luke Gallows, or Doc if you will, and Mr. Anderson. And then the main event will be Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles for the United States Championships. That comes up for you in a few hours' time, and I will hopefully see you all there. Good night, God bless. I've said that already. Bye-bye.